What's up, everyone? Mr. Jeff the Custodian here. All right, I got to give you a warning before I share all of this video of you today, because I want to forewarn you, if you have a weak stomach, this may not be the video for you. So here we go. So the subject we're going to talk about today is throw up. Hey, it's part of the job, guys. It's part of what we do. It comes with the territory. And I want to talk to you and show you how I cleaned up throw up in the 19 years that I worked in the school system with kindergartners, first grade through fourth grade. And it may not be the proper way that you think I should do it, but it's the way that I had to handle it, because I basically had to train myself on how to do that. Hey, let me know in the comments below if you've ever been trained properly on how to handle cleaning up throw up, or, blood or whatever, because when I was hired, I was thrown that badge and that set of keys and that radio, and I just had to go had to go after it. And there wasn't no YouTube back then, and I haven't been in any workshop or anything that even talks about any of this and how to handle this and do this. And I try to keep this channel as, as authentic and transparent as possible. In some real situations. That's what I like to talk about on here, because what we do, we face a lot of different things, and it just gets real sometimes. But I want to talk to you about some different things that we're going to use in this video, but I'm going to share that to after I show you the process that I use to clean things up and get things to roll again and try to keep everybody well. So here we go. Okay, before I show you all this, I don't want y'all all freaking out. This is not the real stuff, okay? I used some carrots, some olives, and some French salad dressing and some water to make this look like it was throw up, where I could go through this process. So don't freak out. It's not the real thing. But it sure does look like it. The first thing you want to do is you want to glove up. You don't want to panic. You don't want to get all bent out of shape or anything. You stop what you're doing and you go to the room that has the throw up. Have your mop water ready with disinfectant in it, okay? First thing I do is when I walk in and I approach a throw up is I've got spray disinfectant. I don't put a mask on. I don't freak out like that. I just try to be careful and not try to come in direct contact with throw up if possible. First thing I do is, I've got my spray. I've thrown a sign down and I'm spraying the throw up, okay? I'm spraying it. I'm spraying around it. I'm disinfecting that, and I'm spraying it real good, okay? The second thing that I want to do is approach with whatever I've got to absorb it, and I just pour it on it, pour it all around it, and I cover it up really good. I'm very, very liberal with this stuff, okay? And I clean this up. And what I like to do again is I spray this again. I spray it real good. I'm gonna kill as much of that germ as I can. Okay, what I like to do now is I just sweep this pile up anywhere that it has splattered, and I've got my absorber, and I sweep it up. It's all absorbed, okay? Put that in my dustpan. All right. Now that I have swept everything up, you can either take a rolling can, okay? I put this in the rolling can, okay? I tie this liner up and it goes outside. All right. I take my dustpan, my broom, put everything in that can. Now there's another way that I love to dispose of throw up. It's in a dustpan after I put it all in there as well. If I have a commode that flushes really good, I'll take it and I'll pour it down that commode. Flush it, get rid of it. Then I'll take some disinfectant bow brush or bow mop and I'll flush out commode, disinfect it that way as well. That way I don't have to fool with my rolling garbage can, but most of the time, I've got to use a garbage can. So you got it all swept up and everything, got your wet floor sign out. Now you want to mop this with your disinfectant. Okay, you've got the throw up out of the floor, wherever it may be in the classroom or wherever you may be, cleaned up in that area, but you're not actually technically through cleaning it up. If you put the contents in a garbage bag, you need to get that out of the building, into the main receptacle or dumpster, wherever that may be, out of your building. And then you need to carry everything to your custodial closet, and you need to start disinfecting your equipment. Get those nasty gloves off that you use. Put you some fresh gloves on. Spray your custodial cart down. Wash that broom in the sink. Disinfect it. Put some disinfector on it. Wash that dustpan. Disinfect it. If you do not have a mop that's designated for cleaning up body fluids or throw-ups or anything like that, change that mop. Put it in a wash machine if all possible and disinfect that mop. Okay, disinfect that mop bucket. Spray everything down, and then you should be ready to go again. It's a good thing to have 2 brooms on hand. That way the broom that you use or that you have used for throw up that's been washed and disinfected or whatever it may be, it's wet. So you don't want to go sweep, your floors with it. But you've got to go through the process of disinfecting everything that you used, everything that you touched. It's a process. It's very time consuming. It's very frustrating and aggravating. I want to talk about how you clean up throw up in a carpet. Well, there's not no real easy way to do that. There's not. So what I do is I take whatever I'm going to sprinkle on it, it's going to absorb, and I put it on. I spray like I normally spray, and I put this on there and I spray it, and I try to let it absorb as much as it can. And then I'll sweep. I get the biggest majority of it up. I spray again. I'm going to put some more of this on there. And I'm going to let it set overnight. I'm going to barricade it off the best I can. It's hard to do in a high traffic area. But I'm going to let that absorb as much as that moisture as I possibly can out of that carpet. I'm going to go back in there the next morning when it's had time to dry as much as possible. I'm going to sweep this off, and then I'm going to vacuum it. And then I'm going to disinfect it again. And that's about all I can do. There's not a whole lot that I can do with that. I have took a mop in there and tried to get, as much as I can out. But carpet's hard to deal with this. Say you have maybe a throw up outside on the sidewalk. What do? Well, my favorite thing to do, and the easiest thing I have found to do, is get me a 5-gallon bucket of water, hot water preferably, put some disinfectant in there, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna slosh it off that sidewalk, and I'll let Mother Nature take care of the rest. That's it. So I hope that gives you some kind of idea on how to handle cleaning up a mess like that. What do you do when you are in the middle of doing something? Say you're cleaning the classroom and you get that call. Mr. Jeff, there is a throw up in room 16. We've had a kid get sick in room 16. Well, you have to drop everything you're doing and go take care of that, because you want to keep everybody as well as possible. You want to get that away from the kids and get that room disinfected or whatever you need to do as soon as possible. And I'm going to tell you, there's times, I have basically had kids all around, and I just have to teach her. I said, do you mind just lining them up down the hall? Can y'all go take a walk? Can you do something? Because I need to take care of this, because it can be, sometimes when it can be really bad, and it's going to take you a while to clean things up. But I want to also tell you what not to do, okay? What not to do. Don't freak out. Don't freak out if you have to clean a throw up, especially if you're new to this and you don't know, what to do, and you never have done this before. Because I remember I was subbing, and I can take you to the very place where I cleaned my very first throw up 25 years ago when I was a sub. And I wanted to make a very good impression because I wanted a job. And I wanted to seem like that I knew what I was doing, but I really did not know what I was doing whatsoever. I had to figure that stuff out on my own. I have seen people just walking out with a mop and start sloshing around. Well, if you got a lot of substance of pieces in there, you don't want that. You want to get that up the best you can. But the main thing is stay in control of what you're doing. Get your mindset. Okay, if you're a custodian, chances are you're gonna have to clean up some nasty mess. You're gonna have to clean up some body fluids. You're gonna have to clean up some things that's not too pleasurable to you, but you got to get that in your mind now. It comes with the territory. It's part of the job. It's not just about cleaning bathrooms and classrooms and cleaning windows. There's some really unpleasant things that comes with this job. So get your mindset now that it's part of the job and it's what you got to do. And that's set in stone. From now till you retire, until you get out of this business, it's there. It's a possibility that you're going to have to do that. You know, great thing about working in the college, you know, like I said, the last 4 years I haven't had to deal with that. But if it come up, I would have to do it, and I know how to do it. When you get done cleaning it up, whatever you're doing, walk away from it. Be done with it. Once you get all your stuff cleaned up and disinfected, walk away from it and be done with it, like I said. You know, I made a video a few years ago about scheduling, what a custodian, you know, going through our days and doing scheduling and different things. Well, when you get a call to do something like this and you have to do it, the schedule that you have, it goes out the window. It ain't worth a flip, especially if you have to go clean up 2 or 3 different things. There was a time a few years ago that we had a custodian out, so I had the first and second floor at the school by myself. And remind you that the second floor has 27 classrooms on it, and the floor I was on had about 17 classrooms on it. And it was right at the end of the day, and I was overwhelmed. I had 3 throw-ups at one time, and I had a commode overflowing at the same time. And I was just like, oh my word, what is going on right now? And here I am trying to get this commode to quit overflowing because I didn't want it to overflow and, you know, run out in the hall. And then I've got these 3 throw-ups at the same time, and one of them happened to be in the hall. And I've got 400 kids coming down a set of stairs, and this kid tried to make it to the restroom, and he done the best he could, and it left that long trail, so to speak, down the hall. And I'm trying to keep kids out, and I'm trying to clean this up, and it was just a very overwhelming time to try to have to deal with that. So, you may have to let something go when things like this happen. And if your administrator or your lead or whoever's in charge of you does not understand that, well, they need to understand that. They need to roll up their sleeves and go in there and help you get things back under control. So it's just the way that it goes. It comes with the territory, and there's not a whole lot that you can do. Not a very pleasurable topic today, but it's a real topic that if you're in this business, you have to deal with it. It comes with the territory. And I want to say I appreciate every one of y'all that supports this channel, that subscribes to this channel, that watches this old crazy guy talk about these things that we deal with as custodians. And if you'd like to help support this channel, I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can buy me a coffee, how you can do that, and check out this playlist right here. Y'all have a good day.